Good morning, Patriots. My name is Gregory Washington, and I am so excited and grateful to be your 8th president. Like anyone new to George Mason University, I keep asking myself the fundamental question, what does it mean to be a George Mason Patriot? You know, the answer to that question is very different today than it was a mere 3 or 4 months ago when I accepted this job. For one, the coronavirus was not an issue. I remember embracing so many of you and shaking your hands when I was introduced and taking this job. There was no issue, there was no worry, there was no fear of the coronavirus. U.S. unemployment at that time was 3.5%. And finally, at that time, George Floyd was still alive. Who we are at our core will serve as tenets and guideposts as to how we solve many of the challenges that are in front of us today. And we do have some significant challenges. We are facing 3 simultaneous crises all at once. The first is we have a lingering pandemic. The second is we have a collective reckoning with the more than 400 years of racial inequities that we've dealt with in this country. And finally, we have a looming budget crisis. There is no playbook to help us get through the challenges that are in front of us. And our unique solution to solving these problems will be somehow involved and somehow convolved around our unique experience as being George Mason Patriots. So what does it mean to be a patriot? If we close our eyes and envision a patriot, we might see the classic image of an individual taking up arms in defense of the country. But is that all there is to being a patriot? Patriotism is defined as an express feeling of love, devotion, and a sense of attachment to a particular way of life. Here at Mason, we have a more inclusive and holistic view of patriotism. What drew me to Mason was its mission to insist that inclusivity and excellence were not mutually exclusive, but are actually dependent on one another. I'm still very new here, but in my opinion, it is the act of a patriot not to deny the contradictions in our history and culture, but to embrace them, to in fact lean in on them and grow honestly through them. In the next coming months and years, you and I will forge this definition of what it means to be a patriot together. I know you know what we need to do, and consider me a partner in doing it with you. Let's get to work.